Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, members of the Honourable House, I rise to inform this August House on the progress made by the Department of Local Government and Municipal Councils. But before I do that, I want to thank Honourable Prasad for the acknowledgement that he has just made on the government performance, unlike what Honourable Loera said. Madam Speaker, municipal councils in partnership with the Department of Local Government under the Fiji Affairs government are committed to improving the well-being and living conditions of Fijian ratepayers. Madam Speaker, let me detail some of the achievements in these areas as we move towards our vision of smartest towns and cities. Madam Speaker, we live in a new realities. Instead of speaking negative about urban growth, we need to see it as an opportunity, a challenge, and a strong indicator of development and economic progress. And in order to capitalize on these indicators, as a starting point, we have embarked on the hiring of urban planning specialists to assess and upgrade our town planning schemes to reflect these new demands in how we plan and future-proof our towns and cities. We also need to align it with recent changes to the legislation under the 2016 Heritage Act, which needs to be incorporated into our town planning schemes. At the same time, Madam Speaker, we have established strong and accountable relationships with our municipal councils. This is testimony to the strong and progressive relationships between the central government, our ministry, and municipal councils. Instead of workshops and endless planning seminars, we have development of amenities, facilities, and streamlining of process on the ground within a very limited period. Madam Speaker, I speak from a wealth of experience in the area of local government, going back to 20 years of service in municipal councils. During this time, I was witness to many changes in local government administration and changes of government. But the rate of accelerated developments and achievements that I'm going to justify in my ministerial speech, I have never witnessed in all those years. Madam Speaker, these achievements are the result of a more corporate-oriented and bottom-line basis to council operations, rather than the politics of tug-of-war between different wards competing for services. The endless result as indicated by the achievements that I am about to document for this August House are greater amenities and services for all Fijian ratepayers. You are quite right when you say that I was there. I'm talking about the difference, what happened then and what is happening now. Madam Speaker, let me briefly begin by looking at some of the achievements and capital projects for the two cities. Lautoka. Madam Speaker, the completion of Churchill Park upgrade with a total cost of 5.5 million, market extension at a cost of 1.4 million, and Madam Speaker, the groundbreaking of municipal swimming pool at Lautoka's Botanical Garden will take place next week. Madam Speaker, the upgraded Churchill Park, which was opened by Honourable Prime Minister, includes new synthetic tracks. This inclusion, as mentioned by the Honourable Prime Minister in his opening speech, we shall see people in the Greater Western Division Viti level enjoy better athletic facilities and contribute to the sports development. Lautoka City Council also entered into the public-private partnership with PMACG and TAPUS. This is taking municipal councils into a new era of change and greatly increasing their revenue stream. Madam Speaker, this is the only way. Our councils are under increasing pressure to deliver more and more in amenities, facilities, infrastructure and services. At the same time, ratepayers obviously do not want increased rates, and we do not want to burden them with increased charges. Likewise, market vendors, taxi operators, carrier operators do not want increases in their fees and charges. So, Madam Speaker, this begs the question as to where will municipal councils get increased revenue? And the way forward will be sustainable and fiscally sound public-private partnership. This increased revenue stream will be of benefit to all the Fijian ratepayers, and we will increase our efforts to spread these PPP projects to all Fijian municipal councils. Suva. Madam Speaker, the completion and opening of upgraded pavilion and TAFE facilities at Albert Park has done wonders for this iconic amenity. The difference, as they say, is clear, and we have many Suva residents and visitors to the capital enjoying the improved facilities. Work has commenced on the Suva Civic Center auditorium and lower hall upgrade in partnership with Guangdong Province. This is a significant international partnership for Suva City Council, and more projects are planned with Guangdong Province. Madam Speaker, I would also like to report that we had a very favorable response to expression of interest for the Central Street Car Park Public-Private Partnership redevelopment with a $60 million car park accommodation and sea view restaurant project proposed for the site. This proposal is now being assessed by the Suva City Council and their consultants. Let me now turn to some of our towns and present a report on their major projects, Madam Speaker, and let me begin with our two northern towns. Lambasa. Madam Speaker, a multi-purpose sport facility was opened at a cost of $90,000 and Subrel Park upgrade at a cost of $100,000. A major project for Lambasa is the long overdue relocation of market and bus station. Madam Speaker, we have begun the planning for this relocation and we expect this will ease current traffic congestion into the Lambasa CBD and provide a major boost for local growers and vendors with improved market facilities with more car parks. At the existing market, Madam Speaker, work on a temporary fish market and a grog shed had commenced last week. Sabu Sabu. Madam Speaker, the Ganilau Park upgrade, including fence, provision of 1,500 seater pavilion at a cost of $250,000 will be completed in June 2017. Redevelopment of Sabu Sabu Town Council Administration Center with a new event center and facilities. This will be a significant project that will better showcase the municipal council in this area of increased tourism activity. The council has also embarked on providing services and improving infrastructure at an informal settlement in Nakama. Madam Speaker, let me now turn to the remaining towns in the Central Division. Nassori. The new Nassori market is now regarded as the largest municipal market in the Pacific. In line with other municipal markets, the women's accommodation block is in the planning stage. The market and modern bus stand was built at a total cost of $13.3 million. The old market site will be developed through a public-private partnership into a mall. The multi-purpose sports center was opened earlier this year and was built at a cost of $250,000. Lemi. Madam Speaker, Tikaram Park was completed and opened earlier this year to the public. It was built at a cost of $618,000. We can see that now it is made up into a major local attraction and amenity for the people of Lemi. Madam Speaker, let me put this on record. This is the first major project for the town of Lemi and the people of Lemi. In addition, the Johnny Singh Park upgrade has commenced at the cost of $198,000. This is the first phase of the project and a second phase scheduled in the next fiscal year, where it will enable Lemi to host competitions. Nasinu. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report that works on the Valley Levy ground has commenced at a cost of $350,000. This will provide a much-needed designated sporting facility for the people of Nasinu. There is also a plan to build a stadium within the ground. The Langere market is now at the construction phase at a projected cost of $4.3 million. Labuka. Madam Speaker, our UN-listed heritage port town has had its town hall that was first commissioned in 1898 refurbished at a cost of $100,000. Foreshore upgrading works under the Japan aid at a cost of $225,000. Children's Park upgrade at Nassau, $35,000, with an additional $25,000 spent on the mini pavilion. Madam Speaker, heading to West, we have a number of significant achievements and projects apart from what I have outlined earlier for Lautoka City. Singatoka, multi-purpose sport facilities built at a cost of $113,000, ready to be opened, and the construction of retaining wall along Singatoka River at a cost of $845,000. Madam Speaker, this retaining wall will both mitigate against flooding and provide increased river frontage land for development by the Council. Madam Speaker, talks have commenced on the market and bus station relocation as well. Nandi. Madam Speaker, Namaka Market Extension in Nandi with the Women's Accommodation Center with detailed plan is in approval stage at a cost of $4 million. Upgrade to Prince Charles Park is underway and will be ready in time to host part of the program for the Fiji Tourism Expo 2017. In addition, Madam Speaker, upgrade to the Nile Dice at a cost of $90,000 is in progress. Bar. Madam Speaker, in Bar, the completion of Fiji's first ever permanent horse race track at a cost of $220,000 has attracted major races. Madam Speaker, now the community organized regular races which attract around 80 to 90 horses per race. Civil and fencing works has commenced at the Maruru landfill at a cost of $380,000 following relevant environment impact studies. Works on Goving Park will start soon after it was damaged by the cyclone Winston. Tabua. Madam Speaker, Tabua multi-purpose sports facilities, which includes upgrading of Gavi Park with new floodlights and event center, has been completed at a cost of $630,000. Reki Reki. Madam Speaker, the construction of Reki Reki Market with a women's accommodation center has begun at a cost of $5.8 million. I hope Honorable Nico is drinking water. Because in the last sitting, he questioned me whether it will start or not. So it has started, Honorable Nico. Madam Speaker, in this roundup of achievements and projects of our municipal councils, I would like to point out all this has happened in the space of the last 2.5 years. Imagine, Madam Speaker. I want to reiterate. I would like to point out all this has happened in the space of the last 2.5 years. They don't like it. They don't like it. This is what Fiji First government has given to the people and the ratepayers of this country. As I outlined in the beginning of my speech, Madam Speaker, this is a remarkable list of achievements. Madam Speaker, let me assure this House, these achievements will only increase in the coming months and days, as through the partnership of central government, ministry, and municipal councils, we will build on these achievements. Madam Speaker, with an aim to promote small and medium business in our town centres, municipal councils with the national government support and in partnership with UN Women are fully committed in the development of our municipal markets. Madam Speaker, our town centres have 8,289 market vendors selling local produce. These hard-working mothers and fathers need our assistance in order to have a decent livelihood. The Ministry of Local Government, Housing and Environment, in partnership with municipal councils, are totally committed to provide the best facilities for our farmers and market vendors. Madam Speaker, in addition, the process of getting a business license has been streamlined with municipal councils now issuing new business license within a maximum of 3 days, with instant license renewals in both cases subject to the applicant providing the necessary requirements documents. Madam Speaker, to promote good sanitation standards, the government and municipal councils have invested heavily in improving garbage collection and disposal through 15 garbage trucks distributed among the councils. In addition, municipal councils have a free quarterly cleanup program for ratepayers and citizens. The free cleanup is for green waste and white goods collection. Madam Speaker, this free quarterly cleanup program was introduced in 2015 and is a very successful program widely appreciated by the ratepayers. Madam Speaker, for the purpose of promoting clean and green environment, Municipal Council has appointed litter prevention officers, and municipal councils reported more than 5,000 litter bookings in 2016. Madam Speaker, this is apart from warnings issued by the litter officers. Madam Speaker, municipal councils have taken on event management as part of its community engagement. Municipal councils, township festivals are becoming popular, and we now have 12 township carnivals in Fiji, whose winners compete in the Miss Fiji pageant contest. Madam Speaker, Fiji will proudly host the Miss South Pacific Island pageant at Nandi at the end of the year. These are important community engagement events and provide significant uplift to the local economy. Madam Speaker, through these carnivals, there will be mass awareness program for all the Fijians on climate change. Each stage of the carnival will carry a theme that the contestant and organizers will act upon. Madam Speaker, municipal councils in partnership with the central government and private partners successfully organized the Centennial Settlers 5 celebration in 14 town centers last year. This will provide a platform for the increased heritage and cultural promotion through municipal councils. Madam Speaker, centers will again mark 14th 2017 as a day of remembrance, in particular for the women of indenture. Madam Speaker, this event coincides with Mother's Day. And Madam Speaker, let me take this occasion, as Parliament does not meet before the date, to wish in advance a happy Mother's Day to all. Madam Speaker, on Sunday, May 14, we will be organizing events remembering the hardships and sacrifice of the mothers, wives, daughters, and sisters under the indenture as part of a larger municipal family celebration in the centers. By hosting the mothers, wives, daughters, and sisters of Fiji and all Fijians on May 14, 2017, Madam Speaker, we will pay proper respect to those strong women who laid the foundation of our families and contributed towards the nation building under indenture. As part of the program, we will launch a number of initiatives and partnerships so that awareness, celebration, and education of Fiji's wider cultural heritage are an ongoing part of our municipal council calendar. This includes an important initiative, Madam Speaker, to include Itoki local history, culture, performance, and arts as part of an ongoing program among local councils. Madam Speaker, as part of this initiative, we will also include programs to celebrate the diverse multicultural nature of our municipalities. Where relevant, we will align these programs with the respective designated world and international days, Madam Speaker. This is an effective means of identifying areas of service shortfalls and working closely with all stakeholders to rectify these areas. We are moving in the direction of smarter cities, Madam Speaker, by employing sustainable and relevant technology to drive our process and bring in innovation. We have recently held consultation with the ADB team that has chosen the Greater Suva area from Lemi to Nassori for a global program along with 4 other cities in promoting the Smart City and Towns program. This will enable us to pilot smart technology in key identified areas. Madam Speaker, we initiated an amnesty and incentive program for our ratepayers for the first quarter of 2017 through the municipal councils. Madam Speaker, it is encouraging to note that our ratepayers took advantage of the program to pay their rates, and it has really helped them. Madam Speaker, may I take this opportunity to thank the ratepayers and the citizens of every municipality for working closely with their respective municipal councils. Madam Speaker, I'm also aware that there are some works delayed in respective municipalities, but I can assure that it will start soon. I'm also aware, Madam Speaker, that there are some areas within municipalities that needs improvement. I can assure this Honourable House that that will be done. Madam Speaker, on this note, I conclude my statement and wish to thank you for this opportunity. Inaka.
Thank you. I now call on the Leader of Opposition or designate to speak in response.
Madam Speaker, thank you. Firstly, I wish to bring to the attention of the Minister and the Minister for Lands of a problem that's happening in their neck of the woods. to a place where we produce this water. There's a company there that's called Dials, who is extracting gravel without any license, I'm told, and despite a stop notice. It is a concern because we market to the world that we are producing this close to the environment, and Ramdayal is extraction is entirely contradictory to that. So if you can please look into that. Now to the statement, Madam Speaker. I always feel that before a minister comes here, you should be careful to ensure that your ministry is looked after well, is managed well, that you are performing, because otherwise, whatever you say here will affect your credibility. And that is the situation here. And Madam Speaker, I have the gift of vision, and my vision tells me that this minister will be out of here next year. As well as the government. They will be out because of non-performance. Non-performance. And let me give some examples in relation to this ministry. It says here partnership. What partnership? You don't have a partnership with the government. The government is dragging the municipalities by the balls. It's controlling by the balls, by the nuts. Yeah. And that is the situation. The Speaker should know that. The Honourable Minister should know that. He had a lot of experiences in this area. Yes. And it must have affected him, because he meant very well, very, very well indeed. Unless you have your independence, you can't say that you are acting independently. You can't talk of a partnership. You don't have a partnership. Of course, on the very first time, you promised elections. If you had that elections, then only can you come here and talk about partnership. But, if I may quote Honourable Tikodondua, the decision from that side is only limited to the two in front here. That's where your problem, that's your problem. Yeah. I know you meant well, because of all your experiences, the Honourable Minister really wanted to have elections. If the elections were held, then no problem. But there's no, and the municipalities have been used by this government for its own political reasons. And obvious. Let me give you an example. Look at this quarter settlement. The resolutions of squatter. If you were independent, you would have told the government that it should adhere to planning standards. Planning standards. Distances from this house to the next house. Make sure that roads are built. And Madam Speaker, I invite you to go to this place called Lendusasa. And you will see that how all these planning standards have been sacrificed because the government is wanting to buy support. There's a road that goes like this and nearly hits a house. Then it turns that way. It's in Nandi, Madam Speaker. Please go there and you have a look at this. And you feel sorry. You feel sorry for that municipality. Yeah.
They speak what you say.
Yeah.
You don't want them.
It's the standard. So what standard do you bring about here? You should stand for the principle. You should stand for the standards. You don't sell support. And that's all that they're doing there. Yeah. Because you did not have election. Now, he promised that he will have a review. When will you have the review? When will you have the review? No. There's a petition in Labasa, and it's still sitting there in the Fiji First. They complain that whatever you did there has not been used. The house that they were supposed to put in was used for other things. It's just not happening. And if I can just end, the Honourable Minister had given this example of in Lautoka, Churchill Park. It's very, very dangerous to have a partnership with private companies. It breeds corruption. Because they will come back to you to demand. And that will happen. That's already happened. You were here to weed out corruption, now you're into it. Madam Speaker.
Point of order.
No, I'm not finished yet.
Point of order.
Madam Speaker, while responding, honourable member has alleged that there was a corrupt practice between Lautoka City Council, Tapus and PMG. I want him to prove. If he can prove it, well and good. If not, he should withdraw right now. Thank you.
Because I said it breeds corruption. It breeds it. It breeds corruption.
You've been asked to withdraw the statement. Would you like to withdraw the statement, please?
No, Madam Speaker, because I said it breeds corruption.
I now give the floor to the leader of the National Federation Party or his designate to speak in response.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the Honourable Minister for his statement and also thank him for acknowledging my response to the Honourable Minister for Education. But let me remind him, Madam Speaker, what I said during the maiden speech. I said very clearly that we will acknowledge, we will support the government wherever we feel the policies are good, and that is what we have done. But we will also hold the government to account and also point out failed policies. Unfortunately, the minister's statement actually falls in that category of failed policies. It's actually quite hilarious, Madam Speaker, when I read the title of the ministerial statement, Municipal Council's Partnership. In fact, the minister probably has forgotten, I think he forgot when he left NFP, that the municipal councils mean elected representatives. What you should talk about is municipal administrators. This is the act. This is the act. Let me read this. Let me read this. The council of every municipality shall consist of such number of elected councillors as the electoral commission may from time to time by order determine. That is the definition of council. So there is no council. And I think minister should stop talking about council. He should talk about municipal administrators. Yeah. Madam Speaker, that is the issue. And when you talk about partnership, and let me sort of remind the minister what he said in his maiden speech, and we've reminded him many times. He said his first priority was to have municipal elections. Then we asked him in 2015, he said there is a review. Then we asked him in 2016, he said the review is continuing. Madam Speaker, when I heard the Honourable Minister talking about the developments in various towns and cities, yes, there are developments that have taken place, but there are also developments that have been very questionable and have not been done with proper consultation with the ratepayers of all the towns and cities. When you talk about partnership, Madam Speaker, partnership means partnership with the ratepayers who pay the rate and the government. In this particular case, Madam Speaker, over the last so many years, the ratepayers have only paid their rates. They've had no say, absolutely no say in the management of the councils. And the only way you could have, the ratepayers could have a say, is to have municipal councils elected. And that is the point that this government doesn't understand. That partnership is with the representatives of the ratepayers, not the partnerships with the administrators that they appoint and they direct with the government. That is what should be the definition of partnership and not what the minister is saying. The other, this is very clear. Madam Speaker, maybe the Honourable Minister ought to return to his root now so that he can understand what the council is. Let me also remind him. Let me also remind him, Madam Speaker. Let me remind him that he was the one who wanted me to be the leader. Anyway. Let me come back to the point, Madam Speaker. When you create a situation where the ratepayers of this country have no say, absolutely no say, In fact, the administrators have no say, Madam Speaker. They have to go through him on every little decision. What is the partnership? So, Madam Speaker, unless we have elected municipal councils in place, this government has no authority to say that there is a partnership. They cannot claim to have a partnership. That is the bottom line, Madam Speaker, and I hope, in fact, I feel that what the Minister has been saying is a precursor. In fact, my prediction is that they will not have an election. They will review the Act and abolish the elected council. That's my prediction, and I hope I'm wrong. Thank you, Madam Speaker.